I'm 30, 35 now. So, I got a good 5 years. And I talk to a lot of people who, are getting a bit older, about to hit their 30s, dreading it. I just want to let y'all know this is the best. You have all these changes that happen to you that you're like, oh, I never thought I would ever get to a point like this. And, 30s are the most interesting to me because a lot of the things that drive you in your teens and in your 20s aren't at all the same motivating factors that they are in your 30s. You generally are getting established in your career. Your friendships that you've built over time are generally getting to the more progressive period where folks are figuring out themselves, so you get to watch their journeys in life. You're generally the place where you're starting to get that financial flexibility where you can start to make decisions for yourself, be it buying a property, traveling more, having accessibility to these things. You feel like you know yourself to a degree, where you're not just floating, but you have at least an idea of who you are and what you believe in. That comfort with yourself makes you less prone to, I have to do this for this or for this people, or so he's like, no, I'm good. I know what I want to be doing on a weekend. I know what I want to do on a weekday. I know the kind of people I want to associate or don't want to associate with. Things like sex and hooking up, that doesn't hold the same weight it does in your 20s when you're just like hormonal raging or whatever it is. And it's not that important to me anymore. And I'm okay. And I'm better for it. What are your thoughts?
Man, 30s in my best years. Well, fuckers. It's right. He's right. It goes downhill from there.
40s is downhill?
Woo! My boy. It goes downhill. It goes to the shitter, my friend. Yeah. Enjoy them 30s because them 40s, goddamn. It bites you in the back of the head. You least expect it. Bam! Cramp. You're down. No, it's not that bad. I make it out of the best moment out of whatever moment I got. Thinking about the present. The 30s was all right for me. It was a lot of things that were placing themselves. My 40s was your 30s, I would say.
Wasn't that your late 30s? Your late 30s was pretty nice.
Right.
Your late 30s, all them little seeds you planted started to flourish in your late 30s.
Yeah, but I like flowers, not buds. So, 40s.
2023. Take that example. 2022.
I'm in my 40s.
You're about to get there. You're 39. That's 3 years ago.
I'm 43.
Damn!
I'm sorry.
I'm old as shit, nigga.
You are. Damn. I forgot. My bad, Dad.
As long as it's not daddy. As long as it's not daddy. To me, your 30s was my 40s. And
yeah, sure.
Which means nothing about age.
Nothing?
Nothing! I'm just kidding, man. It's not necessarily about the age. It depends where you have it. You can have those moments a little bit later, a little bit sooner, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do realize that it was really at my 40s that I see my people around me like settling and everything and stuff. So if you're flipping about, my life at 20, at 19, at 16, God no. I didn't know what I was about to do until I was 33.
Yeah, facts.
It's a marathon, not a freaking race. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You have to be able to take it in. But yeah.
But that understanding that it's a marathon only really hits you in your 30s. Because you realize it took me this long to really get an idea of what I am and who I am.
Yeah.
So for me, like when I talk about relationships, for example, it's just like the conversations you have with people when you're dating is just different. Y'all start talking about the future differently. Y'all talking about relationships differently. You're not prone to the same fuckery of like, ooh, woo. That shit not cute.
What?
Ooh, woo. You like me? I like your toe points. Ooh, woo. That's 20s, bro. 20s is Ferris wheels and ooh, woo. Okay.
Ferris wheels
and ooh, woo. 30s is, I ain't got no debt.
Oh, yeah.
Financial stability, sexy. That's different. That's not ooh woo. So it's just you look at things differently. You have different kinds of conversations. And I also talk about just like the friendship aspect. Like if you spend all that time with people in your 20s or you've like really fostered these relationships where it's reciprocal and cool like that, you get to your 30s, you see these people like start to figure it out, make it in life, start to have their own kids. So then you start having nieces, nephews. You see families being built where you guys were just going on adventures. Now you guys are laying down foundation and shit. And you guys are seeing that building start to build upwards and people finding their sense of shelter in life. This shit that used to be all up in here all the time, like I could sleep okay at night now. I don't know, it's just funny you go into your 30s because everyone's like, oh, here comes you, baby. It's like, this shit's fucking fire. The 20s was whack, bro. The 20s, you got little disposable income, you got debt piling up, you got dreams that you want to, it's like everything is, and they're all conflicted.
I'm not going to say it was whack, but it was definitely rocky. I'm not going to say whack, but rocky.
You know what, you're right. I use the wrong word. 20s was tumultuous.
Goddamn, it was, when you go on a Category 5 rafting ride and you pedaling, you getting knocked out, you get waves in your face.
Yo.
You doing it.
No, you know what?
Tired as shit.
You know what 20 is? 20 is, yo, motherfuckers
It's fun. You're going to have some woos, but you're going to have some hoes.
Yeah. 20s is just like they throw you to the wolves and they say, figure it out, nigga. And it's just like, they don't tell you how to manage money. They don't tell you how to become an adult or how to really do these things. They just say, good luck. First time I had to pay taxes, I said, what's this?
You paddling.
Ooh, that's a rock.
Oh, that was in my 16s. My first job, $6.95 an hour. I did my calculations because I went to school. And I was like, well, that's $6.95 times 40. I'm supposed to get this. Bitch, I got my freaking first paycheck. I didn't get this. I got that. Oh. And I went to the bureau knocking. What the fuck is that? Oh, they didn't tell you. First of all, who's they? And tell me what. Yeah, and she broke it down. And I went to my mama because my mama worked in the bank. I was like, yo, what the hell? The lady told me this and that. And then she said, yeah, I worked that much. And that's how much she think I went for my paycheck.
I mean, yeah.
That's how much she think I went for my paycheck. And then my mama looking at me like, yeah. When you catch that, it hurts.
Nah, for me, I was always used to pay income tax. Me, it was when the end of the year came. I used to get a return. So I got excited. And then the first time I found out, like, no, sometimes the government's like, give us more. I'm like, give you more? I saw what you take out of every paycheck. You want more, bitch? That shit was a tough thing. Because, when you're young, you make so little. They don't really got much to take at the end of the year. They generally owe you money. The 30s feels like you're disillusioned. Like you can see the world a lot for what it is. Like you see the housing market for what it is. You see all those dreams that they gave you in your early years. You get to your 30s like, oh, okay, this is actually how the world works. You get to corporate environments or your work start to, build up and you realize like, oh, okay, this is what it is. For me, it's just refreshing to have the veil pulled back completely.
Some friends of my girlfriend, they bought a house, a $500,000 house in my neighborhood that I am now. Uh-huh. And I was like, oh, I am never going to be able to afford this. And I'm cool with it. Congratulations to you. And I don't have an ounce of jealousy in my body. Do I wish I was doing good too? Yes. But I could do that without being like...
But to be fair, I'll say I did the other side. The other side of it is also sometimes friendships can drift. I talked about relationships evolving. Sometimes they evolve into complete separation where motherfuckers move, they go to different places, they have different values, and you guys pull apart. That's also something that can happen in your 30s.
Sometimes you cut niggas off.
True, So that's also a way relationships can change. Sometimes I'll go through burnouts. When you get to this phase of your life where you're like, oh, is this what adulthood really, really is? And, you have this pressure to have it all together. But just because you hit your 30s doesn't mean you figured out life. Doesn't mean you figured out your financial situation. Doesn't mean you figured out your debt. So that's also a real thing that happens in your 30s. The realities of aging start to hit you a lot harder. 20s, you're indestructible. You drink till 3 a.m. You wake up, you go to work at 8. 30s, you're not doing this shit because it's just physically not possible anymore. You're missing 10 alarm clocks. You're sleeping through lunch break. By the time it's 1 p.m., your job says you're fired. And you just woke up. Okay? 30s is not the time to be doing benders and hoping you make it at your 8 a.m. shift. That's why you see people like, can't drink, I gotta work tomorrow. When you're in your 20s, you be like, wow!
What do you mean I can't drink? I still got 5 hours left to work.
Yeah. I remember pulling all-nighters all the time. My 30s, if I pull an all-nighter, my sleep is fucked for a week. You just can't do it like you used to.
In my 40s, if I pull all-nighters, I'm dead.
There you go. Real progression. So you come to terms with your own mortality to some extent. It can be very tough to get to this phase of your life and also feel like you haven't gotten any ounce of it together. So that's also a reality for people. That's why they have those midlife crises or these burnouts, like we say. So that's also a possibility. But for me, I appreciate the fact that the veil gets pulled off and you see the life for what it really is. You get to your 30s and it's like, okay, this is what it is. And I think that's the part I like the most. Pros and cons depending on who you are and what you went through. But in my opinion, I think it's probably one of the better periods.
Debatable, but sure.
What would be better?
My 40s are definitely that.
For 40s are
so
better?
my 40s or your 30s. You can do what I do, but I'm 40. Like you can relax more now. Mm-hmm. I'm in my 30s. It was working, work. I was Rihanna. Mm-hmm. Work. That was all day, every day. Now I can be like, summer, I don't do comedy. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 spots, but that's it. Let me just chill. I need to relax. Not in my 30s.
What about your relationships in your 30s?
Still not what it was right now. I think it's stabilizing right now.
Got you. Well, listen, I'm gonna get to my 40s and I'll let you know if you're right.
Let me know.
And then you get your 50s. Actually, nigga, 50s is the best. I'm like, bro, stop f***ing cheesing me.
I'll do whatever the hell I want. I'm making you look forward to the next step.
Fair. I'm not dreading the 40s at all. I'm not dreading it.
You know how long I've been saying I was 40? Remember that?
Yeah.
I've been saying I was 40 for 5 years. Not Jen, I'm like, yeah, it's coming. It's right there. I see it.
Facts.
I see it. It's right there.
All right, listen. We want to hear from you guys. How do you guys feel about the whole aging processes? Do you guys feel like we gave it a fair assessment, looked at it from all sides? What did we miss if you feel like we missed anything? We want to hear from you. You also haven't had a very conventional life, though.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you didn't have kids, even though you was in a long-term relationship for a very, very long time. You decided to pivot careers in your mid-30s.
Yes.
Right? So in some ways, you did in your 30s what you're supposed to do in your 20s.
I'm 25.
How'd you say it?
I'm 25.
You know what I mean?
I'm 25.
You did it, though.
I'm 25.
You did it. Anyway, let us know what y'all think of the guy.
I just turned 30.